How did you manage those individuals as captain?
I was very close to all of them. They were all different personalities, and I mixed with them as their personality.
Yeah, okay.
I was never I was never an imposing person, and I'm still not.
Exciting though, what you see so far with this Indian team?
Absolutely. The batting is never a problem.
Yeah.
I'm sure you must have watched Shubman Gill bat in this test match. He's the best. You must have seen him playing test cricket.
You know what? It's the first time I've noticed he's got a great defence. Australia versus England, this starting November, this summer for us. Who do you think wins?
Australia?
Yeah.
4-1. Could even be 5-0.
I see they're asking $2 billion to sell their franchise.
Yeah, it's off the window.
What? Welcome back to Beyond 23. I have my great mate, Sourav Ganguly. Now, I could speak for hours about you. I'm so keen to find out a number of things, where you see Indian cricket, where you see cricket as a whole. But I want to start with you personally. And I've said this to you before. My take, Indian cricket owes so much to you. I think you changed the way Indian cricket is played, and certainly the toughness that is instilled in this current Indian team. I think you instilled that in your country, in your culture. The way you took on so many great teams in your era once you took over the captaincy, and particularly what stood out to me, Australia, you did not take a backward step ever against Australia. Was that, when you got the captaincy of India, was that something that you thought about? And thank you for coming on my show as well. Thank you, buddy.
Michael.
I appreciate it.
It's always a pleasure. And answering your question, I'm a very competitive person. Competitive in the sense in terms of the sport. Off the field, I'm a completely different person, as you realized. And you all were so good during that era. My first experience in captaincy against Australia was when you hadn't made your debut.
Yeah.
And then I saw you make your debut in Bangalore. So the team under Steve Waugh was phenomenal. And the same with you all as well as you progress further, and under your captaincy as well. To beat them and I was very passionate about India doing well, very passionate about us doing well and being recognized and respected in world cricket. Because when I came in, before that I played 4 years of international cricket. We were a good side, but we never did well away from home. Yeah, we always did well at home because the pitches were turning. We had some great spinners.
Yeah.
And we went through, because see, you must realize that to win anywhere you need to pick 20 wickets.
Yep.
So that was one of the main reasons of trying to transform the team, transform the way they thought, especially when they went away from home, because we always had the batting talent, but where we were behind was whether we had the capability of picking 20 wickets or knowing how to pick 20 wickets
in different conditions to what you used to. Yeah. Okay. Wow.
And to even compete with Australia, because they were so good, we had to change the way we played, had to change the way we thought, and that happened with a lot of respect. I competed with Steve, had altercations with him at the ground, but I have tremendous regard for him.
He's this, that's why I think I feel so comfortable having this conversation with you. Yes, my friendship with you, but I know, because I've spoken to Steve Waugh about you, he respects you so much. He also says, Matt, that's exactly what Indian cricket needed. They needed Sourav to not back down, to challenge us, to take us on.
Yeah.
So
otherwise, they would have rolled us over.
Yeah.
They were so good.
Yeah.
I remember winning the test match at Eden Gardens. We were asked to follow on, and then obviously that was a God-gifted test match. I don't think anybody can replicate and play it again. And that was the turning point of Indian cricket, actually, beating Australia in India, because they were so good. Matthew Hayden, your friend, Jesus, he played that series unbelievably, sweeping against spinners, playing
against the spinners, against Harbhajan. That was unbelievable sweeping. Yeah,
the best thing Harbhajan Singh told me, he was a young boy, he was coming back into test cricket after that, and I gave him a spell after tea at Eden Gardens on the second test. He said, sir, we've got everybody out, and now I see Adam Gilchrist coming in.
What a number 7.
Yeah.
My God.
So
it's a
that's
good point.
how strong the team was. And then you had McGrath, Gillespie, Lee, Vaughan, McGill wouldn't play, Kasparovich wouldn't play.
Kasper was in the squad as well.
Yeah,
wow.
So one after the other. And it was also a question of, I always said that when you played Australia, that Australia, at that era, and even your era, it was also a question of understanding how good you are. If you played well against them, if you beat them, then the confidence level went up, your ability went up, your belief in your ability went up. And I'll tell you honestly, after that win in Eden Gardens, we were a different team.
Yeah, just that self-belief.
Self-belief.
See, I think back to my first tour here as well in 2004, and I think there was a bit of that for us as well as an Australian team with so many great players in it, and I was just a baby. But I think winning in these conditions was defining for the way you thought about batting in Indian conditions. Because we hadn't won here for 30 years, winning on that tour, I think everyone went, oh, wow, we can do it. We can do it. So I would imagine it would have felt like that when you beat that Australian team. Individually, the players would have then looked around the change room and went, no, we're as good as these guys. We can beat them.
Yeah.
And you had, look at, say, what I remember as well, Sehwag, whoever else opened, Dravid, Tendulkar, yourself, Laxman.
And all of them played 100 test matches.
Kumble, Harbhajan,
all of them.
Zach, even when he was a youngster.
Yeah, all of them.
Mate, tell me a team like that was a proper team.
Yeah, very
How
good team.
do you manage as well then? Because captaining Australia, everyone's different as people. And I'd imagine you and Sachin different, Zach and Harbhajan different. Like, how did you manage those individuals as captain?
I was very close to all of them. They were all different personalities, and I mixed with them as their personality.
Yeah, okay.
I was never I was never an imposing person, and I'm still not.
Yeah.
I let people be. I'm very friendly. I like spending time with people. So, with Sachin, who was obviously the best player at that moment, didn't want to captain India, and he was a leader in that squad. So I had to work with him differently.
Yeah.
I understood his pressures. I understood the expectations he goes through every time when he played for the country. So I had to make him comfortable, had to make him relax, because, every time he walked out, India wanted him to play exceedingly well, and that's not possible.
Unbelievable, wasn't it?
Then Dravid came in. We started together. I understood Dravid's sentiments. A fantastic player who worked hard on his game, wasn't being able to make a mark in one-day cricket. So I realized that to make him play well in Test cricket, I had to accommodate him in one-day cricket.
Wow.
Yeah, so I gave him a
Because
role.
it gave him confidence.
Confidence.
Wow.
I gave him a role in one-day cricket at number 5 to finish, because he was never a big hitter.
Yeah.
Never a big hitter, never someone who would actually take the game away from you, but made him bat around people like Yuvraj and KF, who were boundary hitters. So it took the pressure off both of them.
And gave him that much self-belief.
Yeah.
And that's why he dominated.
Then he kept for India for a while.
Yeah, I remember actually, yeah.
Because because you had Gilchrist, Sri Lanka had Sangakkara, South Africa had Boucher, and
the batting was important.
And the batting went deep. So got him to keep for a year. He didn't like it, but because his hands used to be very sore at the end of the day, and he was worried about dropping important catches.
Yeah, wow.
In case because keeping to Kumble wasn't easy.
Yeah, I bet.
And he had to really work hard to get better. So so I dealt with everybody differently. Yuvraj was different. He's not a Dravid who you expect to be absolutely on the money all the time. He would switch on and off.
X Factor. Yeah.
But you could see that, he was a match winner.
Natural talent, unbelievable UV.
Yeah. So
Bat bowl field.
Yeah, and fielding.
Yeah.
Fielding, you've been such a great fielder yourself. You understand how fielding is in 50 over cricket.
Important. Yeah.
So, and actually, I keep talking about Steve Waugh's Australia. They played well in India, although they didn't win that series. But when Australia came back after that series in 2005, your first test, Shane Warne captained a little bit, Adam Gilchrist captained. Australia played even better.
Yeah.
Because they understood about playing in India. How important is stopping boundaries.
So true.
Yeah.
Especially when you got batters that are so aggressive. And outfields are so fast. So even if you have deep point instead of point, I found in India, if you hit it a metre each side, it's 4 anyway.
Yeah.
But if you 50-50, someone like Sehwag, unless he's hitting it in the air, you're better off having him on the boundary.
Yeah.
And he would still try and take on deep points.
Still try. Absolutely. And
He was an unbelievable player, Waugh.
we played you here in 2002, 2001, and then we went to Australia in 2003. I remember seeing you for New South Wales.
I was a baby.
You had more brown hair. You had more brown. I remember that game. I was captain.
Oh,
Brett
man.
Lee was also just introduced.
I remember.
You came in at number 5, I think, with the golden hair, and I remember playing that 4-day game in New South Wales. So we did well that series as well. So we got better and better. Then we went to Pakistan after that. And once we came out of your series in 2004, believe me, we went to Pakistan with the faith that we'll win. Because playing you in 2001, playing you in 2003, we just got better and better.
Yeah, amazing. Self-belief.
And we took on other teams and realized that we can beat them.
Yeah. What about now, buddy, for you? Like, there's nothing you haven't touched or achieved in cricket. Like, from a player's perspective, administration's perspective, coaching perspective, there's nothing you haven't done. Do you still have that love and passion for the game where you want to stay involved? And what do you do now? Apart from ICC run the game, you've done everything else.
Yeah, but I still have the passion for the game. You know, I finished BCCI president in 2022.
Yeah.
And then I went to Delhi Capitals.
Yep.
I'm still heavily involved with
Yeah.
them. You know, I look after all their teams, the IPL teams, the WPL teams. We have a team in South Africa. Now we're buying a team in America at the MLC. So I look after all of them.
Yeah,
and
wow.
I completely run all of them. I was president here.
Yeah.
You know, I'm involved in TV. I don't do commentary because
You haven't got time. That's why.
time, and also it takes me too much away from home.
Yeah, family.
With family, my daughter's grown up. She's 22 now. And you will realize that if you don't give time to your kids now, you have one child, isn't it?
Goes. I got one. She's 9. I don't know where that's gone as well.
By the time you realize, she'll be 20 and she'll be gone.
I don't want to know. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Don't worry about her not being ready. Daddy's not ready.
Yeah. So I want time with them. So I do a whole lot of things. I'm heavily into TV, entertainment TV.
Yeah, wow.
Not cricket TV, but entertainment TV.
Unreal.
I'm still the face of about 40 brands in India.
Just 40, not 40. So you're busy enough.
Yeah.
With this current Indian team, off to a great start in England. Some big changes. Obviously, Rohit Sharma no longer playing as captain. Virat Kohli, who's been around for a long time. Even Ashwin no longer there, his experience. Again, for me, I've said it openly. People come and go, the game will never change. Absolutely. If Sir Donald Bradman can retire and the game continues, the rest of us can retire.
Absolutely.
Good opportunity.
Went, Sachin went, Waugh went, Clarke went.
Happens. The game moves on.
It will happen.
Exciting though, what you see so far with this Indian team?
Absolutely. The batting is never a problem.
Yeah.
I'm sure you must have watched Shubman Gill bat in this test match. This is the best. You must have seen him playing test cricket.
You know what? It's the first time I've noticed he's got a great defence. And he used it in this test match.
And this is the first time away from home he has shown a great defence.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, but when I watch him bat, like again, I think when you've played, you seem to watch everything. Like you don't just watch a bowler bowl and a batter hit the ball. Like my brain's thinking, I'm looking at field placements. I'm looking at situation of the game. Why was Ben Stokes winning the toss and bowling? You're looking at all different things. With Shubman's always had beautiful timing. Plays the ball beautifully, elegant batter. I've never seen him move his feet so much. And I mean like old school, high elbow, front foot defense, block the ball on the ball, finishes.
This is the
that was brilliant.
Best I've seen him bat in test cricket. And also there's a reason because he used to open before that.
In first class cricket?
In test cricket.
Did he open in test matches?
Yeah, he went to Australia in 2021, he opened. Even the last
so he's faced a brand new ball. So batting at 4 is going to feel so much easier than opening.
This is his position.
Wow.
At 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, wherever. It's a middle order player. And you can see the difference. But as you rightfully said, and I tweeted that day he got 100, that his feet were by far the best of his career.
I was amazed. Because you watch the IPL and he's got every shot. And I think in the IPL, watching him captaincy-wise, I think tactically he's been pretty good in the IPL. Test cricket's different, but I think it's a great opportunity for this Indian team. Yeah. The only one, Again, personal opinion, the only one I wish was in the 11 was Kuldeep Yadav.
Yes.
I think he's bowling his best at the moment, and speaking to him through the IPL, I think he believes he's ready now.
But that will happen.
Yeah.
It's a long series, 5
okay.
tests.
Yeah.
You know, it always happens when you go up north in England, Headingley.
Expected to swing and seam a bit more. Yeah.
Also, I'm sure at the back of Shubman's mind was how much bowling Bumrah will have to do.
Yeah.
So that probably forced him to bring in another seamer.
Yeah. Okay.
So he can
protect
to protect Bumrah, but I don't think he used it well enough. Well enough. So as much as I was very impressed with the batting, I think the bowling will also have to step up.
Yeah, I agree. Especially if they don't play Bumrah.
Yeah.
That's going to be the question.
And you can't make Bumrah bowl 25, 26 overs every innings and expect him to last the 5 tests.
Yeah.
So that's where his captaincy needs to come, and that's why I was surprised with no Arshdeep. And left arm seamer, different angle.
Well, again, it's the other thing as well. It's an attack, right? It's not necessarily your best 3 or 4 bowlers. You pick your best attack. And the left arm gives you variety. Yeah. Left arm can take, if there's no swing, can angle across a right-hander. If there's swing, that's why I like Starkey. I know Scott Boland has been phenomenal for Australia, but I like having Mitchell Starkey in our 11 because he offers variety, a left armer.
Absolutely. So ultimately, once they finish from here and go to Edgbaston, they will settle down with the bowling attack, where I see Bumrah, where I see Shiraz, maybe Prasidh, maybe Arshdeep, and then Kuldeep coming in place of Shardul.
Yeah.
Because to be honest with Jadeja, also his wicket-taking abilities away from India is not as much as it's in India.
His batting has been phenomenal. He's done such a good job batting. That's I think a lot of captains think it's a safety net. Even if he doesn't take you wickets, he can make you some handy runs.
Absolutely.
So I think you need to take 20
He's a perfect
wickets.
number 7. And I believe in one thing, Michael. I've been captain of India for so long, captained all around the world. If it's a green wicket, whether it's in Australia, whether it's in England, whether it's in South Africa, you play that extra seamer.
Yep.
And if it's not green, and I'm not saying it's dry.
Yep.
If it's not green and you expect it to be a little drier on day 3, day 4, day 5, you bring that extra spinner in.
Well, I think it's been India's strength for such a long period. So I think if in doubt, favour your spin. It's your strength. And again,
you've captained Australia for so long. It's also about the old school thinking, maybe I have, you have, and you correct me if I'm wrong, is also about bowling maidens in Test cricket. So even if, say, when you're day 1 or day 2 of a Test match and you've lost the toss and you're fielding, Jadeja and Kuldeep could still be that containment bowler from one end, and you use your quicks from the other end to pick wickets.
Yeah.
So
they're good enough spinners to be able to look at conditions and play their part in those conditions. I think Kuldeep now, he does it in T20 cricket. If he can do it in T20 cricket, he can do it in Test cricket.
He has to play.
I think so as well. I know you spent so much time in Australia. I wanted to get your favourite city in Australia.
It's very hard to say, but I am a very city person.
Yeah.
So I will go with Melbourne.
Melbourne. Yeah. Good food culture. Warnie would love that. Warnie would love to hear that.
I like Melbourne. And we stayed in good areas in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Many a times. I've been to Melbourne so many times, always lived on the Chapel Street, around those areas. And they're beautiful.
Great
the station,
food,
the
restaurants,
river,
amazing.
The river, the ground, the area around that. Sydney is also nice. Sydney is a bit different. The harbour area. Sydney also, I loved it. There's no question. Sydney has been very good. Yeah. Brisbane I liked.
Yeah, Brisbane's good.
It's a
bit
good
hotter
city.
as well.
It's a good city. Somehow I found Adelaide and Perth very lonely.
Yeah, wow.
Very quiet.
Spaced out. Adelaide and South Australia and Western Australia, quite large areas as well. Yeah. So they're a lot more spaced out. Melbourne, everything. Sydney as well. If you're in the city of Sydney, it's very packed.
So my 3 favourite cities would be Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane. It's very hard to say in what order.
Yeah, okay.
But
there's your 3. Ashes series, Australia versus England, this starting November, this summer for us. Who do you think wins?
Australia.
Yeah.
4-1. It could even be 5-0.
Like it. Do you think this series in England could be defining? If England lose to India, I can't see how they can beat Australia.
Even if they don't lose to India,
Still going to find it
Yeah,
tough.
because
okay.
the ball
Australian
makes a big
conditions.
difference.
And those quicks in Australian conditions,
Bowling with the Duke's ball in England and bowling with the Kookaburra ball in
big
Australia.
different. Yeah, true.
And you need a good spinner as well. And England struggles with a good spinner. In Australia, look at what Nathan Lyon has done. 500 test wickets.
Phenomenal, huh?
Quietly from the other end.
Mate, I know.
You talk about Cummings, you talk about Stark, you talk about Hazelwood.
Under the radar.
Yeah, but the another guy has got 550 test match wickets as an off spinner.
And he's got a lot more than people think in the first innings of the test match.
You can see the bounce, you can see the line he bowls.
I loved watching you play spin bowling. I think my two favourite batters to watch against spin bowling, both left-handers, you and Brian Lara. Yeah. You loved playing. Why was I know India everybody plays spin, but still, in your era, you were one of the few that moved their feet. Laxman didn't come down the wicket very rarely. Tendulkar didn't come down the wicket very rarely. Sehwag didn't come down the wicket very rarely. Why was that your style to actually use your feet? Yeah, you could sweep, but you would come down over cover as good as anyone.
Yeah, but you've seen a lot against Vaughan, McGill, yourself, who were all coming into me.
Yeah, okay.
So stepping out was a lot easier because the ball is coming towards me rather than going away.
Didn't think it would go
so
outside
missing
edge.
it from outside was I did miss once against Warney in Adelaide. I was batting on 60 odd. But I connected more of number of times because it was coming into me. But to step out for Vaughan, for Tendulkar or Lakshman or Dravid or Sehwag wasn't easy.
Yeah, because it was
going away from
and big spinners.
Big spinners. And Warney had this ability of turning it big, turning it small.
McGill too though. McGill spun it big. McGill was big, not as consistent as Warney. Different class.
McGill gave you time.
Yeah, okay. Time in the air.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Where Warney didn't.
McGill gave you time in the air. Warney was different.
Yeah, he's one of a kind.
And
smart. I think that's the one thing I say about when I watch spin bowl. Two things when I watch spin bowling now. I think firstly, I don't think batters are watching the ball out of their hand as closely as what happened days gone by, years gone by. I think a lot of batters used to be able to pick, like even Murali that bowled the other one, you'd read that out of the hand. You'd see a different in how the ball come out. You wouldn't read it off the pitch. I think more players are trying to predict it off the pitch now, which gives you less time. And
that's a mistake they make.
I think they are as well.
You have to pick it out of the finger.
That's what I think.
Like when I am playing a Vaughan or a McGill or a Mushtaq or Saklan or a Murali.
You have to pick it out of the hand.
The moment it's out here, I know what's coming out.
I agree.
If I'm waiting for things to happen there,
Trouble.
I'm late.
Yeah.
You know, with Murali, he got better as he got older. Because when he came in, because we played
he bowled scramble seam as he got older. Yeah. Yes.
And with that scramble seam,
you couldn't see it as clearly. I agree. When he bowled down seam, you could see the dusra, the seam of the ball. Yeah. When he bowled scramble seam, you know who was a genius at that? Ajmal. Yeah. Ajmal, I think, was the only spinner I couldn't pick. I couldn't pick the dusra.
You know, but even with Ajmal, if he had to bowl the dusra, he had to turn his wrist over.
Yeah, further. So I should have seen a difference in wrist position.
But Murali was such a freak. Murali's entire thing would go this way, so you wouldn't pick up. Ajmal was still this.
Yeah,
this,
so there was a change.
And this.
Yeah,
even Saklan also you picked. And you could see the change in the revolution of the ball. For the off spinner and for the one which goes straight. Murali, when he started, he bowled the long off spin. Dravid used to tell me that he couldn't cover drive out of Murali. Outside the off stump pitched up, he found it so hard to
spin through the gate.
But as a left-hander, you did,
because
you got that spin and you hit it through covers. But as an off spinner coming into him,
it was hard. It was much easier.
That's
taking
why Lara
the
played
spin.
him so well.
Lara was a genius.
Genius. Yeah.
Oh. Again, I think to be able to use your feet and sweep and cut.
Lara was special.
He was special, yeah. Where do you see
Matthew Hayden played?
Actually, Haydos again, very different style because Haydos wasn't a big cutter.
Sweeper.
But the sweep, the slog sweep.
That's a very important shot.
Down the ground.
Andy Flower played spin well.
Andy Flower, very good player of spin. Yeah. He was one of the first that I can remember playing the reverse sweep comfortably in Test cricket in India, yeah. He felt very comfortable playing it.
He scored a lot of runs against India.
Yeah. Where do you see the game now, buddy, with all three formats? The success, and I say it all the time, the success of the IPL, this thing has just been absolutely phenomenal. Can we sustain Test cricket, one-day cricket, T20 cricket? Are we playing too much? How do you see, what's the ideal world?
For me, we're playing too much. That's for sure.
Yeah.
We can sustain test cricket, and it's important we do it. And I'm a chairman of the ICC Cricket Committee, so I see the focus on taking test cricket forward. India, Australia, England, South Africa now, which is such a good thing that they won the World Test.
I hate losing, but you know what? I could not be happier for South Africa.
Yeah.
That's awesome for Test
And it's
cricket.
a great thing for world cricket as well.
I agree.
So these countries want to play Test cricket. I'm not sure about the others. T20 cricket is here to stay, but I find bilateral T20s boring.
Yeah. Do we need, like, that's the thing. If you've got a World Cup, there's so much great domestic T20.
But the problem, Michael, is that, I won't say it's a problem. The situation is that T20 cricket in countries like West Indies, Sri Lanka,
They need it.
they need it because it brings in crowd, brings in money.
Understand.
Brings in money. I personally feel that T20 cricket should be restricted to the leagues because there's enough leagues going around in world cricket and the T20 World Cup.
I could not agree more.
Test cricket should continue because that's where the real skill is.
5-day tests?
5-day tests, yeah. Because in a lot of countries,
agree 100%.
because we've discussed all this, in a lot of countries, say in England, if it rains,
You're not going to get a
you're not
result.
going to get a result.
I could not agree
England,
more.
New Zealand, maybe in South Africa, certain venues. Australia in your summer doesn't rain that much, but maybe a day in Brisbane,
Yeah.
maybe in Sydney. These two venues, you see rain.
I love the tradition of a 5-day test match. And if you don't use it, if the game's over last session of day 4, then so be it. But the game that does go 5 days, it's worth it.
Yeah, I have a solution to it. And the boards, I was president of BCCI and represented in the ICC board. I knew how much 50-over cricket the boards want to play.
Yeah.
But you can't have everything.
Yeah. There's not enough time.
Yeah,
There's not
so
enough
I had a
days in the year.
solution to it, that you play more 50-over cricket on the year of your 50-over World Cup. You play more T20 cricket.
2020 World Cup.
2020 World Cup.
Smart.
Let the leagues take over and let Test cricket survive. So
Smart.
otherwise, it's too much. People lose interest.
Yeah. I think as a fan, there's just, it's 24/7. It just keeps going. There's always something on. So how can they really get passionate about, a 5 one-day series, 5 one-days against a certain country when they played the test matches already? Like Ashes series, I think the balance of trying to get set up, if you want to set up, in my mind, the Ashes, you're better off playing, if we've got any one-days or T20s, play them at the start so fans are now, you're ready for the test matches.
Yeah.
Like I think the big events are still the big events. Yeah. It seems like this World Test Championship is working. It seems like the countries, the players now in regards to test cricket, every single test match means something.
Yeah.
I think that's good
And
for the game.
also, I feel it's responsibility of certain countries like West Indies, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, to make their standards better. I've seen administration very closely, and I hear a lot about money.
Yeah.
Test cricket is expensive. It takes a lot of money. The boards are losing money, but the boards get a lot of money too. They get much more money from ICC than it happened when I started.
Yeah, okay.
Or when an Alan Border played.
Yeah.
Or when a Malcolm Marshall played. Or when a Gavaskar played.
Then why are they not investing that money into Test cricket? Why are we seeing? To me, the two countries that really stand out that they should be a lot better, and we're used to them being better, is a good Sri Lanka is good for cricket, and a good West Indies is good for cricket.
Administration is important.
Yeah, okay.
See, why India and Australia and England are so good is because of their very strong first-class structure.
Yeah, okay.
And I think, especially West Indies has a different problem. West Indies finds hard to hold on to his players because some of them are so strong and so good in T20, like a Russell.
You get paid
like
more money.
Like a Rutherford, you get more money and you're going around the world.
Yeah.
But then that's where the board and the relationship with players come in. You sit with them and say, okay, you play cricket around the world, but West Indies playing Australia, be available for West Indies. West Indies playing England, India, be available for West
It's a compromise from both parties.
Because a lot of these leagues also will not survive because we Indians invest in a lot of leagues, like the owner for Delhi, the owner for Mumbai. They're putting money in leagues around the world, and majority of them are losing money.
Yeah, well, the IPL, I thought I read something the other day. The first 10 years, no franchise made money.
They never lost money.
It never lost?
They never made.
They never made. They lost.
They never lost.
So
they never
broke even for 10
break
years.
even.
Now they're finally
Now
making
they're
money.
finally-
But tell me a business. That's the world of business. The investment at the start is that's why it's called an
You
investment.
see where the valuations have gone.
Yeah.
Just off the window.
Wow. Well, I saw RCB. RCB are asking $2 billion to sell their franchise.
Yeah, it's off the window.
What?
Yeah, but when you look at leagues like the Dubai League,
Yeah.
isn't making money.
Yeah, okay.
The South African League isn't making money.
Yeah.
The MLC isn't making money. The Australian League does. The English does. The IPL does. So ultimately, the CPL doesn't make money. So ultimately, within a period of 4-5 years, everything will be sorted.
Yeah. Why does the BBL, so the Australian T20 League, why do they not franchise? Why do you think they're holding on to full ownership? Because again, we're seeing, Mumbai Indians own a team here, own a team in South Africa, own a team in West India. Like, why is Australia, do you think, not willing to sell or turn into franchise?
It'll happen ultimately.
Okay, in time.
Because Australia, England, India are financially stable.
Yep.
Slightly more, slightly less. That's always going to be there.
Yep.
They're a very strong cricketing nation, so they want to hold on to their properties.
Yeah, okay.
But slowly, they will realize that the money comes in when the franchise put in money.
Yeah.
Like it's happened in England.
Yeah.
And I see the Big Bash going that way in the years to come. But also they'll have to create a model where the franchise get return for the investments. Otherwise, the franchise will start backing away.
In regards to the amount of equity they're willing to sell.
Yeah.
So then it's not going to last. If you're willing to sell 49% and still own 51%, it's not going to work.
No,
You've got to give them ownership.
Yeah, and the franchises
I understand.
keep losing money.
Yeah, okay.
And
No
many
one
of
wants
them
to
want
lose money.
ownership because they want to run the team.
Control.
Yeah,
100%.
You're going to put in money and you don't have
No, thank
control.
you.
It doesn't work in business.
That doesn't sound like my type of business.
Yeah, any business.
Yeah, yeah.
You put
Women's
in
cricket.
so much money.
Where do you see women's cricket? And because I know you're involved with the female IPL team with Delhi. Do you see in Australia? I think it's phenomenal. The amount of young girls that are playing now is out of control and great for our game. Are you seeing the same thing here in India?
Phenomenal.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, I became president in 2019. Women's cricket was zero.
Yeah.
And to be fair, me and Jay put in for those 3-4 years, put in so much behind women's cricket.
Yeah.
And we are a strong nation now. I couldn't believe that what I saw in 2019, that India would go to England in 2021 and beat them 3-0. And England were a serious team then.
Crazy.
When you see a Nat Shiva Bruns,
Yeah, wow.
when you see a Heather Knight, you think how good they are.
Yeah, phenomenal.
The Australian girls are on a different level, man.
Yeah.
I've seen.
Do you still think the Aussie girls are above the rest?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I spent a season with Meg Lanning, saw her for 3 years for
She's
DC.
a star.
Her work ethics is unbelievable.
I still think the Australian women's team miss Meg, particularly her leadership.
but
I thought she was brilliant.
I've seen her very closely. She doesn't want to play anymore.
Yeah, she's had enough.
Yeah,
We all get there.
Yeah, she's been around the world for
Yeah.
too long.
Yeah.
You see Annabelle Sutherland. She trains like a male cricketer.
Mate. She, again, bat, bowl, field.
Yeah.
Future captain as well, I think.
Marison Cap of South Africa.
Yeah.
She's so good.
Strong, brilliant.
You look at the off spinner who played this time from Australia. She batted and bowled off spin. I'll tell her name. Fantastic. Georgie Vold.
Yeah. Wow.
Strong, hitting
Yeah.
sixes into the stands.
Well, they're hitting, they again, the power game has improved out of sight.
The Australian girls are very good. We have Richa, we have Shefali, we have Harman, we have Smriti, and some of the young players who are coming up. Indian women's cricket will be very, very strong in a
So
couple of
exciting.
years.
Amazing. Buddy, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Honestly, to have you on here, I appreciate it so much. You've always been great to me, and
No, you're a
for
friend.
our viewers to just know you a little bit better and I guess appreciate everything you have done in the game. I thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.